Feeling friends is this concept that I came up with laying in bed one night. I have all these close friends who have these wonderful stories that can help change the world, life experiences that can help other people believe in themselves, hold tight to their dreams and make their dreams reality. On Feeling Friends, we talk about God, we talk about love, relationships. I have celebrity friends, I have non-celebrity friends. I have church members, family members. But when you watch and listen to Feeling Friends, you will learn and you will laugh. It's a community of friends helping to build each other up. So tune in to Feeling Friends every Sunday on WHCR 90.3 FM, or you can catch me on YouTube at Feeling Friends Radio. All right, I'll see you there. WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. What's up, everybody? It's me, Phil, and I'm back here live on air with you, my friends, and I'm so happy to be on air. Listen, I've got a great guest today. I've got one of my frat brothers. We didn't talk about this before the show. One of my alpha brothers, Kerry Abner, is live here in the studio with me, and we're going to talk about his new product, or his product that's been around, that's taking the market. These gray hairs, let me tell you something. I kept this gray hair for my guest today, Kerry Abner. So without further ado, I'm bringing my brother right in the studio from Manhattan Gray. Kerry, what's up, brother?
What's happening, man? What's happening? Thank you for having me.
Man, thank you so much. Listen, I forgot to say we brothers, man. 06, brother.
Yeah. I heard you was frat. What's going on?
So I'm so happy that you're here. And like I told the audience, I usually dye my hair before the show. And I got all these gray hairs because I want you to talk about the importance of this. But before we get into that, let's tell the audience who you are.
Yeah, my name is Kerry Abner. I go by Kerry Classic on social media. I am on the global marketing team, so I do music marketing. I'm based in New York, but I have a lot of ties and back and forth to Atlanta. And I recently, I want to say like 2020, July, August, I launched a product called Manhattan Gray, specifically to hydrate and moisturize gray hair.
Absolutely. And you know, this product, what inspired you to create? And I see your hat. I don't know what your hair looks like.
Yeah. And I'm tripping because I shouldn't have my hat on, obviously, about the product.
Cool.
But my hair, I don't have any Manhattan Gray on right now, so I wanted to not out myself early in the game. Thank you for calling it out.
Well, that's what brothers do, right? You call each other.
No,
but I saw the gray, and you look young. You know, I don't know how old you are, but I'm sure we're around the same age. Yeah, let's talk more about this product and why you created this Manhattan Gray.
Yeah, so I've been graying since I was about 23, and to be honest with you, it was kind of like one of those undercurrent insecurities of mine. You know, I honestly think that's why I wear hats and hoodies all the time, because you know, the societal narrative early on was, you know, in jest, you know what I mean? But it's more like, who's stressing you out? Or,
right, yeah, absolutely.
You too young to be having grays.
Right.
You know, that kind of narrative, and I immediately associated gray hair with being old, right? So not knowing the terms of ageism and really knowing, you know, that I was insecure about it. But you know, I just kind of started to tuck into a shell about it, like for real. And it took me to dye my hair one time. I dyed it one time. And
was it a bad dye job?
No, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, one of my partners hooked me up. It was cool. It was, but I just felt inauthentic. You know what I mean? I kind of felt corny, for lack of better words. And that's no shade to dye or people who do hair dye. I'm just saying I kind of felt inauthentic, and I think that was the moment when I decided to at least go seek products that were for gray hair specifically, because I really had no hair care routine of my own. And that's kind of where like the energy even started for me.
What is the important? Why is it so important for gray hair to be taken care of versus just regular? Why can't we just use like regular products versus your product? What's the difference?
So I started. I want to be honest. I'm not positioning myself as like a hair guru or none of that. I started from zero. You know what I mean? Zero. I have no prior experience in the hair care beauty industry at all. I just have an entrepreneurial spirit. I have a marketing background. I understand I can set up a Shopify store. You know what I mean? Like, so, but what I've learned along the way from like surveying my audience, you know, feedback and reviews, is that gray hair is a little bit more dry and a little bit more brittle and flaky, because of the lack of pigmentation, that's in gray hair. So it turns gray because the loss of pigment that keeps the color in black. So once it loses that, it's a little bit more prone to like distress, weather distress, things that you put in your body and how that turns up in your hair like that. It's a little bit more accessible to that.
Okay. Well, I want to go back to this whole self-esteem issue, because with the hoodies and the hats, why is it so? Because I'm the same age. I'm gray, man. I got 2 boxes of hair dye in my closet that I was about to run to before this show. Right. What is it about, and I don't know your background with the psychology people. Why is it so important for us to embrace this gray? Why is it so important for us to say, hey, you know what? Like you said, you didn't feel authentic. I need to be my authentic self. Why is that so important to you and maybe to your customers?
Yeah, I mean, to start, it was more of like a practical thing, right? I just knew enough that hair dyes typically carry harmful chemicals that break down your hair and damage your hair anyway, right? So I figure if I could create a brand that's more in celebratory of gray hair and being unique and wearing it in confidence and kind of just taking the pendulum and swinging it the other way, I could basically introduce the mindset of it. You know what I mean? And then there's a product, right? So it's first to kind of get myself, you know what I mean? It's largely for myself, but then people who engage with this community, to take the idea of embracing your gray and being confident, because it's the suppression of that you know what I'm saying, that starts to show up, and you start to feel insecure about yourself, less confident. You show up in the room a little, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole lot of light for us to give, and we kind of dim it based off of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. And gray hair people, we stand out a little bit more. Like, oh, you got gray hair? It's a whole different. You got a younger face, you got gray hair. It's a whole different experience when you walk in a room. I want to go back to your entrepreneurial spirit. You work for you're a music, I would say mogul in the making. What is it about an entrepreneurial spirit? What advice would you have for people who have an idea or a dream and they want to get out there, but they just, I don't know if I should do this? What do you say to them since you have that spirit? What pushed you to step out and do this product?
I think it's a little bit of blind ambition. You know what I mean? I don't really know where I'm going or how this is going to pan out, but I'm having a lot of fun. You know what I mean? I think that's first and foremost. I'm having fun. I've identified with that I'm the type of person who likes to build things, likes to tinker with things. My platform or my medium of choice is the internet, right? So I know enough to like, man, it's fun to create a brand and start on the logo and create a mission, and interact with people who have the same challenges and issues that want things to be solved, you know what I'm saying, through different ideation and innovation methods. But I would just say, for real, is to just try stuff, to be honest with you. Just try stuff. Put yourself out there. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit of an introvert. People don't think so, but I'm a little bit of an introvert. So it's kind of like, I'm an artist in that space, because I'm kind of protective of, like, this is an idea that stemmed from my 1-bedroom apartment in New Jersey, and then now it's kind of built itself up to this momentum, which is a lot of fun to watch.
Well, that's powerful. Like I said in my video, man, I had this dream idea for Feeling Friends and laying in my bed one day. This is actually LA. And I said, I'm getting back in radio and I'm doing it. And so it's actually doing well. So it's all about stepping out on faith and using what you have and the things that you have inside of you to make it happen. Let's jump into your products. While we're here, man, let's see some of the products that you have. You can walk us through everything you have and tell people again how to reach you, how to get to your website too. I know they're listening live on air and they're seeing this on YouTube, so they probably want to go to their phone and buy.
Yeah, for sure. So the product is called Manhattan Gray. And that's just Manhattan, just like the city is spelled, and then gray with the e.com. That's the website. This is our flagship product. It was introduced as an all-natural vegan hair pomade. And it's traditional to, I think I was inspired by, remember that old Murray's grease, that thick ass grease that we used to
in the orange can that your uncles used to use, and they would slick their hair back like that.
Yeah, that orange can. I was inspired by that. I just wanted to, kind of bring it into the 21st century, the 21st century. But yeah, this is what it looks like. It's a kind of a clear, but it's all vegan. It's held together by petroleum. Now, based on how you feel about petroleum, this is one of the learnings that I had along the way, is that petroleum is sometimes a non-starter for a lot of people as far as putting it in their hair. And that's for a couple of different reasons. I'm still kind of, doing the data gathering there as well. But in response to that and understanding that pain point, I introduced a petroleum-free version.
Okay.
Yeah. So one of the early issues was that this jar was too small. And then they wanted something bigger, but then they wanted a petroleum-free version. So now I got this version as
people
well.
like to slap that stuff on their hair. They need a whole thing. Just put it on.
Yeah. So I'm learning the game now, and they all come with seals and whatnot. And this is more of got a little bit of a tint, but this is held together by shea butter. So that's my
shea butter is a natural product. Yeah, that's good.
Yep. So that's my my alternative version for the pomade, and then I introduced two.
And how much do those two run? If you don't mind me asking, how much would they run so people would know?
So they $33.97. So $33.97 for a 4 ounce. Yep.
That's a good product for a product that's going to work and it's going to last. And I went to your website, and it's manhattangrade.com, if I'm not mistaken.
Manhattangrade.com. Yep, with an E.
With an E. Manhattangrade.com for those listeners who listen on radio. It's a great website. It's a great product, and he'll ship right out to you. What else do you have for us?
These are the last two. I just another piece of feedback or a review that I got based on the pomades was that one customer wrote me back and said that the pomades was too heavy for her hairstyle because she has a finer hair texture. So I decided to follow up the pomades with these hair oils. So this one's a hydration oil.
Okay.
And it could be used on your hair, your facial hair, your regular hair, or your skin. It's just a general, essential oils, hydration oil.
And you know what I've learned too, having longer hair, because I used to have short hair like you, but the pandemic I've been growing my hair. That oils work better for different hair, and then the grease works better for some people. So it's good you have a different types of products.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the last thing. This is a scalp serum. So this is I'm gonna work on the label a little bit because I know it's hard to read, but it's basically it's a scalp serum, and what this one does mainly is increases the blood circulation in your scalp, which promotes hair growth. Because like the specific essential oils that's mixed together, the peppermint and all that activates, scalp health, and then it promotes hair growth. So that's my scalp serum, my hydration oil, and my pomade with vegan, petroleum free, and then the traditional. But that's all four.
Absolutely. And you're getting great reviews on your products. I know you are. So that's really good. So I can't wait to try your products. What else would you like people to know about Manhattan Gray or you yourself?
Man, I mean, I don't think I'm an anomaly. You know what I mean? I just think that, I had an idea. I really started from just Google, the internet, and just find like one step at a time. I'm not in my kitchen whipping up Manhattan Gray. I have a manufacturer, so there's people who do private labeling, and then you can, kind of give them the problems that you're trying to solve. They'll create the formula. I went through a whole formula creation process.
Let's talk about that for a minute because we got a little extra time. What are those difficulties when starting Manhattan Gray? What were some of the difficulties that you may have had in starting this product, or just trying to get the distributor or the people to make it? If you would like to share that,
no, for sure.
Someone maybe watching this who wants to start something, so I'm sure they might get inspired by you.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the things that were really challenging for me when I started Manhattan Gray was really that first piece, like, what is it? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know it was a pomade yet. You know what I mean? I just knew that I wanted to create a product that was for gray hair. So the first part was, what is it? And I went through a series of, it's a hair cream, and then it kind of fell off. It's a hair, a first version of the oil that kind of fell off until I got closer and closer to the iterations. But I think some of the challenges immediately is the amount of, because this is a physical product business. I think a lot of people right now, what's popular is that the information age. So everybody's selling information in digital products.
Right.
This happens to be a physical product business, and you have to account for everything. So there's a price for the formula, there's a price for the jar, there's a price for the seal, there's a price for the lid, there's a price for the label. You know what I mean?
That's a lot. You won't think about that if you gotta make sure you.
Yeah, so when people be beefing with me online about why it costs $33, I'm like, listen, I ain't trying to take from you, but I have to maintain a business. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a good point. That's a very good point that you're making, especially when it comes to Black-owned minority businesses. We have to be able to promote and help the businesses, right? We got to not ask for a discount up front, like, yo, let me get a discount. No, pay full price, because you have to get started. Those other big companies have to start somewhere. And you all are putting your own money into these products, right?
Yeah.
And so we have to be able to say, let's support our Black businesses.
Yeah, but you can also use business credit too. I think that's another important factor that I want people to know who are paying attention, is that, like, I put some initial bread up. I put some initial money up to kind of get it started. But I went and got a business credit coach and started to learn how I could start building business credit and start taking advantages of getting these business credit cards and credit lines and trade lines and keeping good payment history. I learned that game too along the way. So
let me ask you, because I'm sure somebody's asked, what is a business credit coach? I said business. What's a business credit coach?
She basically is showing me a wonderful Black woman. I want to shout her out. Her name is Shay Davis. She's amazing. She basically is a business credit coach. So there's like personal credit, that's our Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, that's our personal credit, and then there's a business credit score. So if you think about your Duns and Bradstreet number, you know what I'm saying, like that, she starts helping me get these tier 1 trade lines of these credit cards like Divvy, Capital on Tap. I done tapped into Shopify Capital. I done tapped into QuickBooks Capital. My business bank gives me a $10,000 credit card. So I was able to basically like crowdsource these credit lines under my business profile, so under my business name,
protected by my own personal,
instead of continuing to use my own bread. So I put up the initial to kind of get it going. Then it was like, all right, well, I can't front this. If I'm trying to spend $5,000 on Facebook ads to make sure the brand awareness continues to grow, I can't front that every time. So I might have to double down on a business credit card and then pay it back with the revenue that comes in from the ads.
Right, absolutely. Man, that's really, and you've seen that has helped you tremendously in this business, right? And pushing it forward.
It's helped me take it to the next level. So now I don't have a bunch of inventory sitting around in my house no more. Like, I have a fulfillment center. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So now I pay to have my products shipped to a fulfillment center. I pay them based off of the order volume. You know what I mean? So depending on how much volume I got for that month, I pay them a percentage of my revenue. I pay an agency to help me with my Facebook ads. Chris, my man, Mr. Roaz, he's super dope. I pay, my designer when I need labels. I buy labels. I'm always paying the manufacturer. So that's a lot of bread to be having on hand liquid. When you can take advantage of business credit and just be cash flowing. Money comes in, money goes out, you pay it off. Good. And then I'm building good business credit history. So when I want to go do something bigger and make a big investment, 10,000 units, if like Walmart called me or something like that, oh, we need 10,000. Boom, I can, be prepared for that type of payment history in retrospect.
Absolutely, man. I just learned a lot from you. That's really good. I know our listeners here in New York and New Jersey and Connecticut are really getting a lot of information from you. Any other information you might want to give to the audience? Just you guys might want to call him as a consultant and say, hey, man, I need you to consult me on my business. So you might want to hit him up just to ask him. I don't know if he charge you, but
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But it's all love either way,
You're right.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, thank you. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying thanks for having me. I ain't really want to overstay my welcome, but thanks for having me. I also broadcast this on my Facebook. I mean my Instagram live.
Well, I'm glad you did, because I'm going to put this on Instagram. Any final thoughts you have for our audience today?
Man, try shit, man. Go out there and try it out. Put your best foot forward. Educate yourself on business credit so that you don't have to come out of it all out of pocket, and then just be honorable along the way.
Well, thank you so much, Kerry Abner, for coming on. You guys get his product, ManhattanGray.com. Check him out, and then check him out on his website, Kerry Classic at IG.
Yeah. Yep.
Kerry Classic.
Yep.
All right, hold tight for me for 2 seconds in the waiting room for me, brother. All right.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right. We want to thank Kerry Abner for coming on with Manhattan Gray. We want to also thank Ivy League Marketing for connecting this interview today. You guys go out, have faith, believe in yourself, put God first, and know that everything is going to work out. You're watching and listening to Phil and Friends right here on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. See you guys later. Peace.